Baking as a form of mindfulness. In the gentle hum of the oven and the rhythmic kneading of dough, there lies a quiet sanctuary, a space where the mind can unclutter and the soul can find its rhythm. This is the world of baking, an ancient craft that has, in recent times, re-emerged as a powerful tool for mindfulness. It's more than just creating sustenance or a sweet treat. It is a profound, meditative practice that engages all the senses, grounding us firmly in the present moment. It's an alchemy of simple ingredients: flour, water, yeast, sugar transformed by patience and intention into something nourishing and whole. As our hands work, our minds are invited to rest, to let go of the relentless chatter of daily anxieties, and to focus on the tangible, sensory experience unfolding before us. The process demands our full attention, from the precise measurement of ingredients to the delicate art of folding a pastry. Each step is a mindful action, a small ritual that anchors us to the here and now. The aroma of yeast blooming, the feel of dough yielding under our palms, the sight of a loaf rising to golden perfection, these are not mere steps in a recipe. They are invitations to a state of focused calm. Baking becomes a form of active meditation where the external world fades away, leaving only the simple, honest task at hand. It teaches us patience as we wait for the dough to rise, and acceptance as we learn that not every creation will be perfect. In this space, we are not just bakers. We are participants in a timeless tradition, connecting with generations past who found solace and purpose in the hearth. It's a practice that nourishes not only the body but also the spirit, offering a tangible reward for our focused effort. The final product, warm and fragrant from the oven, is a testament to the power of mindful presence, a delicious, edible reminder that peace can be found in the simplest of creative acts. This journey into baking as mindfulness is an exploration of how this humble kitchen craft can become a profound path to inner peace, clarity, and a deeper connection with ourselves. The very act of preparing to bake is itself a ritual of mindfulness. Before the first cup of flour is even measured, there is a clearing of space, both physical and mental. The kitchen counter is wiped clean, a blank canvas awaiting creation. Ingredients are gathered and arranged, each one a promise of what's to come. The sturdy sack of flour, the glistening crystals of sugar, the rich, dark gleam of vanilla extract. This process, often called mise en place, which translates to everything in its place, is the first step in cultivating a focused mind. It is a deliberate, orderly act that brings a sense of calm and control, a gentle structuring of the environment that mirrors the internal structuring of our thoughts. By organizing our workspace, we are implicitly organizing our minds, setting aside the chaos of the day to focus on a single, creative endeavor. Each ingredient is handled with intention. The cracking of an egg is a small, percussive moment of focus. Sifting flour is a meditative act of refinement, watching the fine powder drift down like freshly fallen snow, light and airy. These initial steps are slow and deliberate, discouraging the frantic rush that so often characterizes our modern lives. They invite us to slow down, to breathe, and to pay attention to the details. The gentle clink of a measuring cup, the soft rustle of a parchment paper being unrolled, these sounds become the soundtrack to a quiet mind. It's a sensory awakening. We notice the cool, smooth surface of a ceramic bowl, the grainy texture of salt between our fingers, the sweet, earthy scent of brown sugar. In this preparatory phase, we are not yet creating, but we are fully present, laying the foundation for the magic to come. It's a moment of transition, a conscious choice to step out of the stream of endless tasks and into a space of mindful creation. This initial ritual sets the tone for the entire baking process, transforming it from a mere chore into a contemplative practice. The heart of baking as a mindful practice lies in the tactile, sensory experience of working with dough. It is here that the mind truly anchors itself in the present. The process begins with the simple combination of flour and water, two fundamental elements that, when united, create something with life and potential. As you mix them, you feel the initial resistance, the transformation from a shaggy, disconnected mass into a cohesive whole. This is a moment of pure sensory feedback. Your hands become your primary tools, reading the texture, temperature, and hydration of the dough. Then comes the kneading, a rhythmic and repetitive motion that is profoundly meditative. The push, fold, and turn of the dough against a floured surface creates a steady, calming cadence. With each movement, you feel the dough changing beneath your palms, becoming smoother, more elastic, and more alive. The physical effort is grounding, channeling nervous energy and mental chatter into a productive, physical act. The repetitive motion lulls the mind into a state of flow, where time seems to dissolve and the separation between self and action blurs. You are no longer thinking about kneading, you are simply kneading. Your attention is drawn to the subtle nuances of the process, the slight stickiness that tells you more flour is needed, the development of the gluten network that gives the dough its strength and structure. The scent of the raw, doughy, wheaty, and clean fills the air, a primal aroma that connects us to a long history of bread making. This physical connection to our food is something often lost in our world of prepackaged goods. By working the dough with our own hands, we are reclaiming a fundamental human experience, a direct participation in the creation of our own sustenance. It is a deeply satisfying and empowering process, a tangible expression of care and effort that offers a powerful antidote to the abstraction and disconnection of digital life. Patience is a virtue that baking teaches in abundance. In a world that glorifies instant gratification, the process of baking forces us to slow down and embrace the quiet art of waiting. This is perhaps one of its most valuable lessons in mindfulness. After the vigorous, active stage of kneading, there comes a period of stillness. The proofing, the dough, now smooth and full of potential, is placed in a warm, quiet corner to rest and rise. This is a crucial and delicate phase, entirely outside of our direct control. We have done our part. Now, we must trust the process. We must let the yeast, a living organism, do its work. This act of waiting is an exercise in letting go. There is nothing to do but observe, to notice the slow, almost imperceptible expansion of the dough as it doubles in size. It's a lesson in non-interference, in understanding that some things cannot be rushed. Checking the dough every few minutes will not make it rise faster. In fact, impatience can disrupt the delicate environment it needs. Instead, we learn to surrender to the rhythm of the bake, to the natural timeline of fermentation. This period of waiting can become a space for quiet contemplation. We might sit with a cup of tea, read a book, or simply watch the world outside the window, all while knowing that a quiet transformation is taking place in the kitchen. It teaches us to be comfortable with stillness, to find peace in the pause. The anticipation builds, not with anxiety, but with a gentle excitement. This enforced pause is a powerful counter-narrative to our culture of constant productivity. It reminds us that growth often happens in the quiet, unseen moments. When we finally return to the dough, it has been magically transformed, puffed up with air, light, and full of life. This visible result of our patience is deeply rewarding, a tangible reminder that good things come to those who wait, who trust the process, and who have the wisdom to simply let be. The final stage of baking the transformation in the oven is a culmination of all the mindful effort that has come before. Sliding the carefully shaped dough or the meticulously filled tart into the preheated oven is an act of faith. We are entrusting our creation to the transformative power of heat. For a time, it is hidden from view, and we can only wait, guided by the timer and the developing aromas that begin to fill the kitchen. This is a sensory symphony that signals the final act. The initial faint smell of warming dough slowly blossoms into a rich, complex perfume. If it's bread, it's the nutty, toasty aroma of a browning crust. If it's cookies, it's the sweet, caramelized scent of sugar and butter. If it's a cake, it's the comforting fragrance of vanilla, chocolate, or spice. These scents are evocative and powerful, capable of triggering memories and creating a profound sense of comfort and home. Watching the transformation through the oven door is a moment of quiet magic. We see the pale dough begin to color, turning from a soft cream to a pale gold, and finally to a deep, burnished brown. We witness the oven spring, the final, dramatic rise as the heat invigorates the yeast one last time. It's a visual confirmation of all our careful work. This period of baking is another lesson in patience, but this time it is filled with a more active anticipation. We are observing a rapid and beautiful change, a chemical and physical alchemy. When the timer finally chimes, and we pull our creation from the heat, the experience is one of pure, unadulterated joy. The final product is not just food, it is a tangible manifestation of our focus, patience, and care. It is a piece of edible art, a testament to the mindful journey from simple ingredients to a nourishing, beautiful whole. Sharing this creation with others, or savoring it alone in a quiet moment, is the ultimate reward, a celebration of presence, a delicious conclusion to a meditative practice. It completes the cycle, reminding us that the mindfulness we cultivate in the kitchen can extend outwards, bringing warmth, nourishment, and connection to our lives. Baking as a form of mindfulness.